Hey everyone! Welcome to our channel, my Bible channel. Today we have an intriguing story for you. Straight from the Bible. We'll be exploring the parable of the dishonest administrator, found in Luke 16 verses 1 to 9. This parable, told by Jesus, offers profound insights and reflections on wisdom, integrity, and the use of resources. We hope you enjoy the story and take a moment to reflect on its deeper meaning. What was Jesus trying to teach us through this parable? How can we apply these lessons to our own lives? If you find today's video thought-provoking, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more inspiring content. Hit that bell icon so you never miss an update. Thank you for watching, and let's dive into the story.
The dishonest manager. Jesus was teaching a large crowd that followed him, and amidst his teachings, he told the following parable. Once upon a time, there was a rich man who had a manager. This rich man entrusted all his properties and businesses to this manager, who was responsible for managing the resources and ensuring that the investments prospered. The manager had the authority to negotiate on behalf of his master, buy, sell, and deal with the debtors. As time went by, the manager began to deviate from his duties. He started to act dishonestly, using his master's resources for his own benefit. He conducted fraudulent transactions, diverted funds, and took advantage of the trust his master had placed in him. One day, rumors began to reach the rich man about the poor management of his assets. Close associates started saying that the manager was squandering the resources and abusing his position. The rich man, worried about the situation, decided to investigate. It didn't take long for him to confirm the rumors. The evidence of dishonesty was clear and compelling. The rich man then called the manager and said to him, "What is this I hear about you? Give an account of your management, because you cannot be my manager any longer." The manager was terrified. He knew he would be fired and that, without the position of manager, he wouldn't be able to sustain his lifestyle. He began to think desperately about a solution to his problem. "What will I do?" he thought. "My master is taking away my job. I am not strong enough to dig, and I am ashamed to beg. I know what I will do so that when I lose my job here, people will welcome me into their houses." Then the manager had a clever idea. He decided to use the last opportunity he had to ensure his future security. He called in each one of his master's debtors and began to renegotiate their debts in a way that would be favorable to them. The goal was to make these debtors grateful to him and, thus, welcome him when he lost his job. The first debtor came in, and the manager asked, "How much do you owe my master?" "100 measures of olive oil," he replied. The manager told him, "Take your bill, sit down quickly, and make it 50. Then the second debtor came in, and the manager asked, "And you, how much do you owe?" "100 measures of wheat," he replied. "Take your bill and make it 80, the manager said. In this way, the manager continued to renegotiate the debts of all the debtors, significantly reducing them. He knew that by doing this, he would be earning the gratitude of these people, who, in turn, could help him when he was fired. When the master found out what the manager had done, something surprising happened. Instead of being furious, he commended the dishonest manager because he had acted shrewdly. Although he disapproved of the dishonesty, he couldn't help but admire the cleverness with which the manager ensured his own future security. The master commended the dishonest manager because he had acted shrewdly, said Jesus. For the people of this world are more shrewd in dealing with their own kind than are the people of the light. Jesus continued teaching the crowd, using this story to emphasize an important point about wisdom and the use of resources. He said, "And I tell you, use worldly wealth to gain friends for yourselves, so that when it is gone, you will be welcomed into eternal dwellings." With this parable, Jesus wanted to teach his disciples and the crowd that it is necessary to be prudent and use the resources we have, even if they are limited or unjust, to promote good and secure a safe future. He emphasized the importance of being faithful in our responsibilities, whether in large or small matters, because the way we handle the little reflects how we will handle much. Whoever can be trusted with very little, Jesus said, can also be trusted with much, and whoever is dishonest with very little will also be dishonest with much. So if you have not been trustworthy in handling worldly wealth, who will trust you with true riches? And if you have not been trustworthy with someone else's property, who will give you property of your own? Jesus concluded his parable with a serious warning. No one can serve two masters. Either you will hate the one and love the other, or you will be devoted to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve both God and money. The Pharisees, who loved money, heard all this and were sneering at Jesus. But he said to them, "You are the ones who justify yourselves in the eyes of others, but God knows your hearts. What people value highly is detestable in God's sight." Jesus used this parable to challenge the values of society and highlight the importance of living a life that seeks to please God rather than merely seeking material gains. He wanted his followers to understand that while shrewdness and cleverness may be admired in a worldly context, true value lies in serving God with integrity and faithfulness. As the crowd reflected on Jesus' words, the lesson became clear: we must wisely use the resources we have, even if they are temporary or unjust, to promote good and secure an eternal future. Faithfulness in our responsibilities, whether great or small, is essential for living according to the values of the kingdom of God. And so, the parable of the dishonest manager challenges us to consider how we use our resources and how our actions reflect our values and priorities. Jesus calls us to be faithful, just, and wise, always seeking to please God above all things.
Hey everyone! Thanks for tuning in to our channel, My Bible Channel. If you enjoyed today's video on the parable of the dishonest administrator and learned something new, please give us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more insightful content. Click the bell icon so you never miss an update. Your support helps us bring you more stories and teachings that inspire and enlighten. Thanks again and see you next time.